Hi everyone, I will put my whispering voice on. From what I understand, quite a few of you find it soothing, so it's probably a good thing. But anyway, I forgot again to switch on my mic when I was recording this video. I've been recording a lot of videos. If you have noticed, I'm doing daily videos now from Monday to Friday, and so it not only keeps me and my mind busy, but I also feel like it's sort of a duty in a way for me to keep on creating these videos in this very difficult time for all of us and keep your mind also creatively busy. So that's why I'm doing a voiceover, and my little one is already asleep, and so he's next door. That's why I'm doing the whispering voice. So in today's video, I wanted to quickly show you how to create these MemoryDex cards that were inspired by Rolodex. And the system I'm going to use is not going to be that typical Rolodex system where it's sort of rotated, although you can do that as well if you want, but I prefer these cards to be in a tray, and typically the trays have these metal kind of ridges where you clip on the papers and you can sort of shuffle between them. But I'm just going to use this basic plastic tray. Anyway, in this video I want to show you how to create these MemoryDex cards in the case of you not having these Heidi Swapp dies. I purchased my Heidi Swapp dies a while ago on Amazon, so I will check if they're still available and will link them for you. So what you need to know is the width, which is 10.3 roughly centimeters, and then across it's about 8.3. So I will show you how to prepare a cardstock. I'm using an affordable watercolor paper here. This is from the Tiger's shop, and I'm just going to map out the sizing that I just shared with you. So 10.3 and 8.3 is what we're looking at, and we're going to cut out that sort of like a rectangle, and then you'll see what we'll do next. But next I am using this super cute paper cutter, which I got at Hobbycraft. It's their own brand, and it's great for like card size pieces of paper or cardstock, so it comes in really handy for this particular project. So first of all, you'd have to cut down whatever sheet of paper you're working on, and then for the smaller cards you can just use this little one. So I'm just preparing the correct sizing. Now you'll notice that on top of these MemoryDex cards there are some tabs as well on the dies. So there are two different styles. One, the tab is right to the left, and the other one is in the middle. We will also I'll show you how to create those separately. So now I'm going to round the corners with the X cut. This is small, I think, or extra small. I'll put it all in the details below, and I'll try to link it up for you. It gives me the perfect corner to mimic the Heidi Swapp corners of this die set. Then we're going to proceed to these little holes at the bottom. So for that I figured I will use we are memory keepers. This is like again I'll link it all down below for you, but you can see that turquoisey teal punch right there is part of a set which I purchased a while ago, but what it does, it actually cuts out two holes, and the square holes, which kind of work really well for this MemoryDex style card, but because they cut out two, it won't be like I won't be able to cut out a single hole in the right spot, if that makes sense. So first of all, I mapped out roughly where it will be, and I can actually share that with you if I'm just going to measure it up. So if you are placing your ruler right to the left of the paper at A0, we're looking roughly at about 4 centimeters, and that's where the correct hole will be. And then obviously the same on the other side, and the neighboring hole will be basically to the left and to the right of the hole, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean by now. So keep in mind that the right hole has to be at 4 centimeters, and then you won't be able to do the other way because they will be too close and overlap the double holes. I hope that makes sense. I'm so sorry that I had to do a voiceover, and obviously explaining it now is a little bit more complicated. So basically it took me a while to figure out there what I was doing, but essentially that's what I ended up doing. So marking out 4 centimeters, holding it in place so the paper doesn't move, and then placing it on the desk and cutting it out. So basically you can see now right there, and I'm going to repeat it on the other side the same. And although I have now double holes on each side, it actually kind of looks textural, and because we're not going to kind of adhere these or place these on any ridges to keep these cards moving, they're just going to be sitting there, but they look like authentic, just with a little extra texture, which I don't mind. So that's what we ended up doing. So you can see here I'm aligning it on top of the original holes there, and that's exactly 4 centimeters from the left and 4 centimeters from the right. Okay, so that was nice and easy. Equally, if you don't have a punch, and here I'm just erasing the pencil marks, so if you don't have a punch to do that with, you could just manually cut it out, or you could do like a little pencil sketch of something similar like that at 4 centimeters again each side, and then just fussy cut it if you wanted to. Equally, because we're not going to be using those, you could just leave it untouched completely. That could be also a thing. Another thing you could do is use a regular circular hole punch out the holes at the right size, again 4 centimeters both sides, and then cut a strip out, a thin strip right in the middle of that hole to mimic that kind of look. So here I'm showing you how to create a tag if you don't have a tag punch. So you're just going to cut a little strip of paper, and then on each corner at the top you're going to round it with the corner punch. So the corner punch is really something quite essential here. It'd be, you know, saving you a lot of time, and it would be hard to do that, to make all the corners look neat and exactly the same if you fussy cut that. So that's it. And then here I was showing how to adhere it. You could use a tiny attacher by Tim Holtz. You could, so here I'm pulling out my tab punch, which you'll see how much easier it is to cut or to punch a tab. So yeah, apart from the tiny attacher, you could use washi tape, you could sew it with a sewing machine, some glue, whatever you fancy. You could adhere it in any different way to make it look like a fun tab. And here is the finished one. Again, this one is great. It does it very quickly and in no time. It is a little bit sort of costly, that punch, I found, and it's quite bulky and big, but it does exactly what it needs to do, so it gives you a perfect tab. So that's basically it. You can move it from left to right, in the middle, however you want it to be, and essentially that's as easy as it is. And you can do the same thing with different papers, different cardstock. You could use one of those scrapbooking 12 by 12, so 6 by 6 paper pads, because you know, if you're into scrapbooking or anything like that, chances are you have piles and piles of this good stuff lying around, and what could be a better time than now to be using all of this stuff, which is actually just perfect, really. I myself have been collecting all these items and papers and stickers and ephemera over the last couple of years, and always thought in my mind, I want to use this and I want to create projects, but somehow it never was the right time, and now it is that time, and I'm really excited about documenting this situation we are all in a positive way. And yes, I hope you will be doing the same, and you'll join me on this interesting journey that we are on right now, and you know, that we will go through it in a graceful way. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.